Hi, friends. I'm back. It's been a little bit. There's been a lot of things happening since I saw you last. When I saw you last, I told you life was not really going very well and I needed to take a break. So I'm here. I am going to give you an update on what has been happening, and I do have a craft project to share with you. I am planning on getting going again with videos here. Maybe not as many videos, not as often as I was doing before, at least to start out, but I am back and ready to start sharing some crafting and some other things too with you, I think. So my last video, I don't remember exactly what I said besides at some point when most of your adult life has been a train wreck, it starts to wear on you. I remember that part. But life was hard, and there's going to be a lot of things thrown in here, but over the last couple of years, I have been feeling led that I am supposed to start sharing more than craft projects here on YouTube. I have been feeling like I am supposed to start talking about life and sharing things about, all kinds of stuff. Life, faith, struggles, things to encourage you, like all kinds of stuff. I have felt like I am supposed to start doing this, and I think now is my time. So we're gonna start talking now, right? This is really scary for me. I haven't been nervous to make a video in a long time, and my heart is pounding. Here we are. And I had to get a new phone while the last few months, and I just realized I cannot plug my microphone into it. So if the sound quality is less good than normal, I apologize. We'll have to get a new microphone. But anyway, so what has been going on? And I'm not really good at sharing personal things, but here goes. Things in my family got really, really difficult. Some of you know my husband and I got married almost 5 years ago. This is a second marriage for both of us. We brought a total of 4 children into the marriage that are now between the ages of 10 and 19. So do the math, subtract 5 from that for what they were when we got married. And things have just been hard. And things got harder, and I don't know, kind of came in like life's a roller coaster, right? It would get harder, it would get easier. And at some point, it just wasn't getting easier, and it had been wearing on me, and it was taking a toll on my health. And in all of this, I think I realized that I haven't been taking good enough care of myself, and the things that had gone on before we got married, I think had worn on me, and I just had never recovered and never slowed down and never really stopped to make sure I was taking care of myself. And things just kind of got to the point I couldn't keep going on. I was not okay. If I ran into you on the street, I probably acted like I was okay. So I apologize now if that was you and you're like, why didn't she tell me? But I have been opening up more. I think it is important that when we're not okay, we don't feel like we have to act like we're okay. And like with my Stephen Up team, with certain groups of people, I've definitely been opening up more because I want to set the example that we need each other, and we don't have to be okay all the time. And when we're not okay, we need to let people help us, reach out and ask for help, whatever it is. We need to stop acting like we're okay, all just fine and dandy all the time. So things got pretty rough here. I am so very thankful for the fact that my husband and I are not quitters. When you look at the divorce rate and the failure rate of marriages, like if you've been married, you probably know why. Like it's hard. It's hard. I've done it twice now, which should make me an expert. I should be really good at it, right? That was a terrible joke. Terrible joke. Yeah, but no, it's hard. And so anyway, things got hard. We were not doing things the right way. So we have been working on things. Nothing gets better overnight, uh, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So that's kind of what's been going on with me. I mentioned that I've been feeling led to start talking about things in my videos, life, and I don't know what all exactly. But I think what I'm going to do here, at least in my next several videos, is we'll make a craft project at the beginning, and then if you want to stick around and chat with me and talk about whatever is on my mind that day, whatever I think might be able to help you in some way, then just stick around for the end and we will do that. I think in my next some of my next few, I want to share with you what I've been doing since I've been gone for a while, like we'll say my top 10 things I've been doing. I also want to share with you my top things I've been doing to try to heal myself and get to a healthier place. I think a lot of us are in a place where we could be doing more to take care of ourselves. And so I thought I'd share some of that with you. And I don't know what all, but I would love to have your feedback. And I cannot forget to say this. I want to thank you so very sincerely for all of the messages and all of you who have reached out to me. It is very humbling, and it was really helpful during a time when I didn't have much left to keep me going. It is, you all are amazing. And even though we're not together in person, I feel so blessed to be surrounded by a community of such amazing people, not only just from here in the US, but from all around the world. So thank you so much. You are amazing. I appreciate you watching along. I appreciate all your kind words, and let's make a craft project. So we are creating a really simple fun fold card here today. This is going to come together because I've prepped the pieces in probably about a minute, but I hope you'll stick around because I have several more samples I want to show you. I want to show you another sample of this same fun fold design. And then I have 2 more cards made with the same product bundle that I absolutely love. I love them more than this one we're creating right here. So I hope you'll stick around and take a look at those with me. So this is called a bridge fun fold. And let me tell you what you need to get started. We'll show you how this folds here in just a second. But to get started, you will need a card base. Mine is Melon Mambo here. It measures 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. Then you need to score it several times. You need to score it 3/4 of an inch, 1 3/4 of an inch, 5 1/2, and 6 1/2. Then for these pieces of designer paper that I already put on top, they measure, and I'll give you the measurements from left to right here. Because what I did was I took one piece of designer paper and I wanted it still to look like that big one piece after I attached it on here. So I cut the pieces in this order. Okay, so the first one's 1/2 inch by 4 inches. They're all 4 inches tall. This one is 1/2 inch wide, 3/4 of an inch wide, 3 1/2 inches wide, 3/4 of an inch wide, and 1/2 inch wide again. And then I have this strip I created. It measures 1 inch by 5 1/4 with the cardstock, and then I put a piece of designer paper on top that measures 3/4 of an inch tall by 5 1/4. So this is very, very easy to attach together. And here's what we're gonna do. I want to use some really nice and strong adhesive on both ends of this strip. Want to make sure to keep that adhesive near the ends because it has to fall on this panel and this panel. And if it ends up coming over onto this one, we're going to tape our card shut basically. So I'll start over here on this side, and I'm not lowering the end on the right side at all. I don't want that to stick yet. So you can put this as low or as high as you want to, depending on the pieces that you're going to use to decorate your card. You may want this up farther. Like I said, I'll show you another example here in a minute. But so the next thing you want to do is fold the right side in. Okay, this side is all unfolded and open. We're going to fold the right side in and lower this carefully. Once we are ready to attach it, just go ahead and press it down. And here is the base of our Bridge Fun Fold card. So this does fit into an envelope. The one I'm going to show you here in a second has just barely different dimensions. I got it done and realized it didn't fit in an envelope, so I changed it a little bit. But here is the basic part of our Bridge Fun Fold. Now I created these super cute die cuts with, here I'll show you the bundle. The Garden Meadow bundle. I absolutely love this. I've created some really cool cards with this gate die right here. These are the ones I want to show you in just a second, but I thought I'd show you here. And I am going to put a little bit of adhesive on the backs of these die cuts. We will stick them on, and then I want to show you these other card samples. So I kept this really simple with this designer paper. I used this birthday greeting here on the background. And before I press these down, I'll just kind of lay them here and see if I like how it looks. So I'll press the flower down there. We're going to overlap these a little bit. We just want to make sure any of that adhesive on these die cuts doesn't hang over the edge. And we'll do boots right about there, I think. The little flower basket down here. I think these are just so sweet. So here you can see what this looks like. So when you put it in an envelope, it will lay flat either this direction or this direction. You do want to make sure your die cuts don't hang over the edge on the right or the left side, because if they do, it may not fit into your envelope. But just fold it flat, slide it into that envelope, and that's how this works. Now, if you want to put a message on the back here's probably the best place to sign it. This piece right here measures 3.5 inches by 4, and you can put your greeting back here and sign it back on the back. So let me show you another Bridge Fold card. I designed these dimensions for this bundle right here. It's called Oh Holy Night. It's the Night Divine Stamp and Die Set bundle, but the whole product suite is called Oh Holy Night. I'm going to link to all these products in the video description below. If you're interested in them, you can take a look with the links in the video description. But I designed this because I wanted that center panel to be wide enough for the large die cut here, but I thought this was just absolutely beautiful. I love to create scenes like this that look like silhouettes and just keep everything basic black. Use that lovely paper in the background and the nice little star up here, but I thought this was just a really neat Christmas card. So I wanted to share this one with you. And then back to the Meandering Meadows and the Garden Meadow products. Let me show you 2 cards that I actually shared these in my team meeting the other night with my Stampin' Up team members. We get together on Zoom once a month and we craft and we talk about life and what's happening with Stampin' Up and all kinds of things. So this was the first one I had created. It is a very simple tri-fold card. So what I did after I created my card base and scored it, I ran this through my die cutting machine to cut that gate die out. And then I ran it through again with an embossing folder called the Cane Weave embossing folder. And I embossed that because I thought I wanted to use a brick embossing folder, but I found this one in the meantime and thought, you know what? I think that's cool. It looks like lattice out in the garden. So then I created these little fence die cuts, and here I just used a piece of this same gorgeous paper. Is this paper not beautiful? That's called Meandering Meadows, and there's so many different really pretty prints in it. Put that on there, stamp my greeting. There's some little bird and dragonfly embellishments. I added one of them. Stamped a greeting on the inside, put some more of that paper just to make it all coordinate. The stamped gates on the back, that was kind of a mistake. I stamped once and then I decided that's too dark. I want it to be lighter again, so I flipped my paper over and I stamped lighter, not realizing that when I attach them to the card, you're still gonna see that back there, but I don't think they'll even notice. It looks like I meant to do that right. We'll go with that. We'll go with that I meant to do that. And then this one, I think I like this one even better. So I used a piece of the designer paper on the back sides. They have the more toned down prints. So here is the one side, the beautiful decorative artistic watercolor prints. I absolutely love these. And then when we flip over, we have some simpler options. So this piece I used on the front of this card was one of these back sides. So I added that piece to the base, I ran it through and cut the gate out, and then I assembled the rest of the card basically the same. So I thought this was kind of a fun to tie a little ribbon around here that will have to be slid off for the recipient to open it. But open this up, I love the wheelbarrow. I stamped it and then I colored it with my watercolor pencils, and just a piece of that designer paper. My favorite cards are ones that have a little bit of sparkle on them. So we have this new sparkle paper. I'll link to that as well. But I just put a little strip on each side here and a couple of those dragonflies. And then you open it up. I left the greeting blank for this one. A lot of times I do this when I make cards because I make things on the front general. And then I don't put anything specific on the inside, because this way it could be a birthday card, it can be an encouragement card, it could be a thinking of you card, like it could be all kinds of things if I leave that inside blank for now. So just put some of that paper on again to make it coordinate, and I thought that turned out really neat. So thanks for being here, friends. If you're still listening, I want you to know how much I appreciate you watching along and listening for the whole thing. Like I said in my future videos, I think I'm going to be chatting with you at the end. So if you stick around that long, you will be able to join in and hopefully maybe at some point hear something encouraging or something that will help you. So I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.